hello, everybody. That is indeed Ford Field behind us, as we just saw one of the sloppiest openers of all time with 73 combined points, I think, altogether. Amazing news. I'm John Barchard. This is Vince Quinn. And, of course, we have, just getting the game literally just let out.
Yo, come on by.
It's all good. So, first of all, Ford Field is amazing. This is a new treat for us, but Vince Quinn, would love your thoughts right off the bat. What are we thinking, buddy?
Yeah, I think this game is so surmised by what happened walking out of the stadium, which is I walked out, I heard a Lions fan go, "Oh, that was a real treat." So that was the one side, and then our side is, what the fuck just happened?
Yeah,
this was not acceptable for as much as it was a 38-point win. It's just a very strange game. There's a lot of shit to clean up, and we'll talk about a lot of it. I mean, the defense especially was just brutally
Sounds like
bad.
someone's getting slapped in the face.
Right now,
7 weeks.
Right now, I'm warming it up. I'm going to have practice slaps come on through. Yeah, you're good. So get ready.
But that's part of it. We'll start with the concerning stuff, I guess, later. I want to get to the great shit first of all, because it was entertaining here. A.J. Brown, holy shit. Like, it's one of the most obvious things I think we've talked about throughout the entire year. But, you saw it again today, even with, the limited passing that was going on, in the second half or whatever it is. A big slant missed by Jalen Hurts in the fourth quarter there, too, which I'll definitely remind everybody about. But, man, I think Jimmy Kempski was right when he tweeted it out today. I mean, it is the closest thing since T.O. He might actually beat T.O. That dime that they had was it the first half or the second half? But the best throw that Jalen Hurts had, and you know exactly what I'm talking about, is just beyond what I thought it could be in its first game. So that's awesome.
He had 128 yards. He had 128 in the first half.
Yep.
He had 128. Holy shit. Now, also, Devontae Smith had 3. So
Taylor's saying that was the first thing I thought. I was like, oh man, Taylor might be right. Might be affecting Devontae.
Yeah, and there was times where he was wide open on a critical down and didn't get the ball as well. So it's like, all right, what is this relationship and what is this offense? It's going to be a lot, but I'll tell you this, for as much as I've yelled about, I don't know what the fuck's going to happen with Jalen Hurts and A.J. Brown.
Yeah.
They were showing me good stuff. They were doing some Titan shit, It's play action. Here's an A.J. Brown slant across the middle of the field. We're just going to feed him the ball. He's got 20 yards of space in any direction. That's the kind of shit they need to do again and again and again. And they showed me that early, which is great.
Yeah, and they didn't lean on the running game, and I would have been mad if they did, honestly. It came a little later. They used it in the goal line where they obviously between everybody. Congratulations to Miles Sanders for getting off the snide. Actually, turn the camera right over there because Jordan's been with us the entire time. We made fun of him for wearing the Miles Sanders jersey, but it brought us good luck. Shout out to Boston Scott and everybody else. Everybody scored today on the ground, didn't they? Jalen Hurts scored on the ground.
They're handing out touchdowns as you walk out the door. It just feels like that. Yeah. I mean, everybody scored today. So you used all this different variety of how the ball got moved around, but also talking about positives. Jalen Hurts was a fucking monster on the ground.
He was.
Can we just acknowledge how dominant he was?
So
I mean, they had nothing going early in this game, and it was just him on plays that broke down or that he can't read. Who knows? I guess we'll review it. But wasn't making any passes, stalling, cut here, cut there.
Yep.
I mean, he was their whole offense for most of the game. It was just him, and it was just AJ, and that was it.
Yeah, and I think we get into terms like, oh, they're doing backyard football or all this other crap when it comes to that, and Jalen's using his legs. No, most quarterbers can't run like him. Now, there's probably more quarterbacks that throw better, and we'll probably get to that in a little later too. But
I'd say so.
For now, I don't. It's still the best strengths that to keep using it. I think it's one of the best things that Jalen does, and they will continue to use. We're all good there too? Sorry. Okay, good. See, security's trying to kick us out of here, but we're saying no.
He's just bitter they lost.
Yeah. I don't think what we saw is going to be anything different in the next couple of weeks. Get Jalen in open space, make him go make plays with AJ or whatever it is. And the Lions actually did a pretty decent job of just taking care of, the wide receivers early, honestly. So between, what the offense kind of showed us, it was a lot more improved, I thought, than where it was last year. There's a ton to clean up, a ton. But there was a lot of good looks, and even late, I think, trying to close the game, there was a lot of good looks. Did you have any issues with run usage, Sanders, any of that?
Yeah, early on, their only runs were really Jalen Hurts running the ball. Like Miles Sanders, and it is funny, he was getting like 6 yards a carry today. He was crushing it when they were giving him opportunities. He was running through tackles. He made some plays happen. Like, he had a really good day. And it was weird because he only had maybe 11 carries by the end of it, which is not a lot when you consider how effective he was. So would have wanted to see more Miles. I thought the play calling sucked today.
Really?
In general.
Okay.
I thought it was a mess. I didn't know what they were doing. I thought a lot of the situational football was bad. End of the first half, stuff like that. I think they made a lot of mistakes.
Yeah, situationally, they were really bad today.
So there's a lot to work on there. But it's crazy because, again, they still scored 38 points overall, 31 as an offense. And on the top end, like, you're thinking about what the season is. You know, it's the first game, so you're going to obsess about the game. You got to think of the big picture. And what the top end of this offense can be with A.J. Brown being this much of a fucking horse is unbelievably good. Jalen Hurts didn't make bad decisions, really. I mean, it's those 1 or 2 times he didn't throw the ball to somebody, he ran it instead. Yeah. But he wasn't throwing into double coverage, triple coverage. He wasn't forcing throws. He was finding guys that were open. So, like, for a lot of things you want to see out of the quarterback play, that was there. It's just, can they call better stuff? Does he see Devontae? What's going on with that? And just letting it ride. But quality.
Yeah, and there's that's just going to take time, man. I mean, I know we wanted it all to be beautiful and perfect, like right off the bat, but, you know, this is all still preseason. So I would love to review the tape. I actually don't think the play calling was that bad or, you know, I can't remember anything that I would definitely change. I think the execution part was really, really poor today, all over the place. Jalen especially. That when we get back into the passing game, what he did with A.J. Brown was phenomenal. Everything else, it's just timing, it's instinct. It's like, just go here, throw the ball here. More importantly, I want to get back to that slant because this game could have ended a couple of different times, you know, and it was beautifully designed towards the end. You've got A.J. Brown motioning from a 3 wide receiver stack on the right-hand side with Devontae Smith and all that. You drag him over. It's clear that they're going to go to a slant right there. You see that Detroit's blitzing. All you got to do is Jalen just got to back up and chuck that thing, and there's no one there. And I think I saw some other people suggesting Devontae Smith was open. Everybody else was open, and they just, the Engage 8 or whatever the fuck Madden blitzed got to him. That's the stuff that I really am going to be critical of Jalen with. That has to happen. I don't care what your defense is doing. They let them down. We'll get into Reddick in a second, too. But, like, those moments, those crucial moments where that's what your best friend is for, you've been throwing to him for 13 some odd targets or whatever, keep doing that. Like, I saw on Twitter, it's kind of hard to do that when you can't see anything in front of your face. Like, yeah, great. Just do this. That's all you got to do is turn away and look, and A.J. Brown will come down with it. So that's my biggest criticism of Jalen the whole game is that one particular moment. Yeah. So you can't have that happen.
Yeah, it was a game they should have really buried Detroit. I mean, at the beginning of the fourth quarter, this game should have been over. They weren't able to do it. Detroit stays in it. I mean, they had a shot. Yeah. They had enough of a shot late in this game. So it is pretty scary where all that went.
Lions crowd was definitely amped up. It's amazing because, like, all of them hate Dan Campbell, or at least the people behind us did, which I thought was pretty funny. But, yeah. That affected the Eagles in multiple times. You know, second quarter, I remember that happening right before halftime, them trying to, like, you know, make that crucial first down to basically send the game away. I don't know what affected Hassan Reddick today other than just getting his ass kicked. Like, that was one of my biggest concerns coming into the season, that this guy was going to be the sole upgrade in pass rushing, and nada today. Granted, the Lions' O-line is pretty good. But, man, especially towards the end, when you pay a guy like that, where you need him to close out games, is getting just pushed into the middle as an edge rusher. And as a middle linebacker, when they do put him in there, man, now this could be the whole, like, Gannon Reddick usage stuff, because I know he was literally right next to me, and he fucking got so mad that Reddick was in coverage like 1 or 2 times today.
There was that one play where they threw to the sideline, and the guy was wide open, and Reddick was on in the coverage, and I was like, thank God that was a bad pass.
But severely disappointed in that and basically the entire defensive line, and where the fuck is Jordan Davis? Barely used today. In crucial spots on 3rd and 4s, 3rd and 3s. Got a big stop with, man, DeAndre Swift was fucking amazing today.
He killed them.
But the whole Reddick thing is really concerning to me one weekend. And that's probably because it's just like checking a box that I was a little worried about in the offseason, so it's easier to overreact, but I just didn't like what I saw today.
Yeah, no, you didn't do anything. I mean, what's there to get excited about? There's nothing you see from this and go like, oh my God, what a great game from Hassan Reddick. It's not the case, but everybody sucks for the most part. And like that's the shocking thing when you've got so many horses, right? Like you've got 7 guys or so that you can say like, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player, he's a good player. None of them were doing that.
Yeah.
And you know what I saw a lot of today? Marlon Tuipulotu, which is the 5th defensive tackle. I mean, guys, he got a lot of snaps today. That is odd.
A lot, yeah.
It's either Marlon is amazing or these other guys were playing terribly and they just figured we're just going to put him in there. But I don't know. It was rough.
We'll have to see how it kind of goes over the next couple of weeks. If the Lions end up being like one of the best offensive lines in the league, okay, fine. That might have been fucked up as your like first go. But outside of that, I mean, really disappointing till the end. I mean, Jared Goff has given you mistake after mistake. Didn't really capitalize on that other than Bradbury today, which was really exciting.
Yeah.
And shout out to him for freaking diving over everybody too on the touchdown. But I think this defense is in big time trouble moving forward. I just don't like the vibes of it. I don't like any of it. It's going to get worse before it gets better. That's my feeling. Like, it's not going to find its identity again until, like, week 6, 7, 8. And hope your cheek is ready.
Well, yeah. My cheeks are ready.
Yeah.
But, yeah, I wonder how Kyle Hamilton did today. It's just a thought. Just a stray thought.
I know Lamar did pretty good today.
Yeah.
So there's that. 34 points by the Ravens today. So there you go.
They scored it or gave them up?
Scored.
They scored them. All right, good.
Yeah.
So, yeah. It's
not a lot of Nakobe Dean, too, for what it's worth.
Well,
today.
no, I don't think I noticed him out there at all.
Yeah.
Honestly, I don't know how many snaps he played, but that's a curious thing. So, yeah, I think, look, the defense needs a ton of work.
Yeah.
There's really nothing to hang your hat on other than like the secondary's kind of good.
Yeah.
And it was a deflection that led to the pick 6. So it was that. Also, Jared Goff sucks.
Really bad.
He sucks. My God, he was terrible today. There were a couple of throws where he had balls deep in the end zone and he just couldn't land it. He was able to land one.
One against Slay late, yeah.
That was, and that one was scary once he got that. But man,
all of Philly's sports strips were just sitting right over here. Got oddly, that was like the only time we got really oddly silent. But whatever. You pull out a win in Detroit, you have a little fun. And actually, Taylor, if you want to stand up, we can start walking out of here. And we want to kind of show you Ford Field as we're breaking down the rest of the game here. But I don't really know what I want this Eagles team to do next, other than just keep refining that passing game. I love that they didn't really touch much of that. They didn't lean on Miles. They didn't lean on too many other people.
Yeah.
I think the 70% at halftime or whatever it was throwing was exactly what they needed. I'm not going to worry too much about the rest of the stuff moving forward either, because this is exactly how I thought it was going to play out, more or less. A preseason game that's sloppy. Everyone's going to be mad and nitpicky, and you should be.
Yep.
But it's a win, baby. I mean, it's 1-0. We're walking out of here winners, and I can't wait for fucking Kirk Cousins to come into Minnesota next week. Like, that's on a Monday night.
Yeah, no, it's going to be fun to play Minnesota. I'm curious to see how they do. They're playing the Packers as we speak right now.
Yep.
So that's going to be interesting. But yeah, man, I think it really comes down to the same thing that we talked about going into this game is, I think, unfortunately, still the question with the Eagles, and it's just like, what is their identity offensively? Who are they?
We can answer that now.
I don't know.
All they are is a big-time throwing team. Everyone that just assumed heading into the offseason that they were going to do the same thing and just keep running the ball and all that. It's just the whole thing's changed. A.J. Brown is your number 1 wide receiver. Devontae Smith is a 2, and he doesn't play like a 2. But until that chemistry or best friend stuff starts to break out, I also just don't think Jalen's that comfortable yet in playbook, in whatever. And I know that's kind of messed up to say, but I just don't think he's comfortable yet. I really don't. I think there's a part of that that's still there.
Well, that's what I wonder about, because here's the other side of it. For all the arguing that we did going into this game, for you it was like, I want to see them chucking it, and you know what I mean? Like, they didn't do that. I wouldn't call it chucking the ball around. Like, they threw it a lot, but were they going deep?
Yeah. No.
Like, not really, no.
No.
They hardly did that at all. So.
And do you think do you think that's a problem? All
Do you want
together?
to head out, or you want to walk? Keep
Wait,
walking?
whatever you want to do. Let's keep walking
Let's keep
around.
walking
Why not?
around. Yeah, let's give people.
They can't throw us out if we keep circling
That's
around
right.
the
It looks
stadium.
like we're exiting, so they can't. Yeah, we're trying.
Yeah, I mean, like, I don't think they're looking to be like a big play offense as I think we kind of toyed around with a little bit there in the offseason.
Yeah.
But I think they're a throwing slant team that
Which I like that.
is going to try and outscore you until they get to the third quarter. I mean, I know that sounds very generic, but that's what I feel like that's the direction they want to go, and I'm fine with that.
okay with that for a Jalen Hurts offense. Do all this play action, bootlegs, like run all that shit. And then for him, if it's quick reads and if it doesn't work on those quick reads, run. That's a good place to be.
Come this way real quick too, because
this is gorgeous.
This is when we came in, and I thought it was awesome. This is just like it really is a gorgeous stadium. I would say like second to New Orleans. It really is. But yeah, I mean, they were on turf today, and they weren't a big play team. You're right. I mean, they weren't. I think that's something that they gotta. That there are going to be. It's just like Quez was in and out a lot with AJ. I felt like they were trying to push that a lot. Yeah, the personnel and all that. Always staying over here. I'm sorry. I thought we were going to keep walking.
Yeah, we can. Let's keep walking then. All right, let's cruise.
But I don't think there's much of a.
Let's go,
Hey, there we
Birds!
go. I don't think there's much of an identity crisis outside of figuring out if they're trying to become that big play team or not. Which team wouldn't be? Like.
Well, yeah, everybody would
that.
want to do it. It's just, can you do it? And what, like, it's the whole cliche of like your bread and butter plays. You know what I mean? It's just like, all right, it's a third down, you need 3 yards. What are you doing? And I don't think they know what that is yet. It just, and I'm going to be curious, like going back and rewatching this and thinking of what they did on each third down and kind of charting it.
Yep.
But I don't know. It was a lot of it was just Jalen making shit happen. And
it was.
We'll see. We'll see what their real plan is. I don't know.
I guess that's why, like, why is that a problem? I don't feel as though Jalen making plays and, like, you can't have your offense be surrounded by that. But, like, if no one's open and you're getting 10 to 8 yards a clip or whatever it is, what's wrong with that? It's. I don't think it's an ability. I don't think it's anything to do with Jalen Hurts' ability. It's just like it's what they're giving him, and he's taking it.
Which is good, yeah. I don't mind that, and I think his reads, like I said before, I think his reads were sharp, but it's just a question of like, okay, do you believe in an offense where Jalen Hurts has to complete 26 passes out of 30, and he's just throwing like those short darts all the time? I don't know. I don't know what he is as a passer still, so trying to think of like, what is the best offense for him? Is it worth it going for chunk plays more? Can he do that like old man Drew Brees shit and drive the team? Like if there's a game where he's got to throw it 45 times and he's dinking and dunking his way down,
Birds.
Go Birds. Can he do it?
Yeah.
I don't know. I don't know if they have that
I don't know why
built.
you would want to build an offense like that.
Well,
like that's what I keep coming back
but
to.
that's where they're starting to go right now. That's what that looked like a little bit more.
You think so?
So that's why I'm curious of like what is in their head of what this fully functioning offense looks like. How aggressive is it?
To me, I think it's about just taking advantage of whatever defensive aggression there is towards having a running quarterback, and primarily a running quarterback or whatever it is. It's about motion, misdirection, and like having to make you stop for that half a second. Yeah. That's really all this is, and it's pace, it's RPO. Like they weren't out of RPO at all today. I don't remember. I don't remember seeing Jalen Hurts going under center outside of maybe the sneak at the end.
Yeah, he was like never under center.
So that's a lot of what it is, and I think that same thing that I demonstrated on the slant where Jalen Hurts missed it. That 3 wide receiver stack where it's got like Hungry Howie's.
It's Hungry Howie's.
There you go.
I love that.
Howie's always hungry for a deal.
There's Hungry Howie's. We saw a Mac Street, so that was pretty exciting.
There's the cooler from Kroger. We don't have Kroger's out in the East Coast. shout out?
No,
We've
not
not
even-
been to a Culver's yet either.
No,
so.
we haven't been to Culver's yet, and we had pizza, but not Detroit pizza. So we've had all
So
the
much
booze on
like
the planet.
you could say, much like Jalen Hurts in this offense, we're still figuring things out in Detroit. You know,
Yes.
we came away with a win. We had a fantastic trip. Philly Sports Trips, and by the way, phillysportstrips.com/bell. My goodness, if you missed out on this, you got to come to the tailgate on Monday because the Vikings are coming into town.
Look at all this.
And more importantly, we're heading to
Gorgeous views
Phoenix
here.
the next time. So that's a big reason why you got to go and do it. This is the other side. I think actually the poles at Ford Field are really, really cool.
Oh yeah, it makes it feel larger than life. Just
does.
it's such a beautiful way to walk in, and you see
Yeah.
all this space. I mean, look at this.
All of this,
It's
man.
gargantuan. Like it's incredible what they built here.
Oh, nice.
This
I think-
feels like
and
I haven't seen Jerry World. This feels a little bit like
we got Pop Warner going on right now.
no way.
So this is great. This is all part of the.
All right, we got to criticize the offense.
Yeah.
We got to scout
throw
this
the ball
game.
more.
All right, bonus show. We're watching the Little League.
Yeah, why not?
I guess that's why they were kicking us out. This
Pretty
is awesome.
But I don't know, man. I just think we're gonna have a lot of fucking fun this year, just between seeing what's out there on the field, all the tailgates, all the different trips. I'm very satisfied with this win. I know people aren't going to be this week, but like it could have been a lot worse. There's still 3 weeks to me in regular season, preseason to go. A lot of that offensive shit will be figured out. To me, defensively, yeesh. And that's, I think they're still lacking horses, and I still don't think Jonathan Gannon has, I think there's more of an identity crisis on the defense than there is on the offense.
Ooh.
And it has been for some time. Like there isn't like they're not a blitzing team. They're not like a coverage team. What are they? They're just, let's make sure the volcano doesn't erupt type of defense. And that's okay. But the offense has got to be a lot sharper.
Yeah,
and all that.
right now the defense feels like, you know those old people that have a room that like nobody's allowed in? You know what I mean? That's kind of what the defense feels like. It's like
The
we have this
veranda.
perfect little vision of what it's supposed to be, but nobody's doing anything.
Yeah.
And you like, it's okay. So it's just pretty strange. But yeah, like they won the game, man. You know, do they need a lot of work? Yes. Is some of it just this matchup? Some of it was loud as shit. Is some of it maybe Detroit, like their offensive line played a good game.
Yeah.
They just played a good game, so that's going to happen too. But like,
This could have been their Super Bowl for all we know. Like this
Yeah.
could have been like Detroit's so pumped up. They've got some good players. DeAndre Swift's here.
Yeah,
The offensive
like-
line's good. I mean, DJ Chark's here. And looking at the scoreboard, again, we could be crazy here, but everybody else looked like they sucked today too.
Yeah.
Joe Burrow had 3+ interceptions. Carson Wentz looked like Carson Wentz.
Yeah, he had a couple picks.
So like, it's week 1 for everybody. And I'm excited that we got to spend it in Detroit. Thanks for everyone that came out to Detroit because we've been having a ton of fun. And I don't know, any final thoughts here, guys, before we wrap this up and head for some victory brews? Because I'm pumped, man.
Yeah, final thoughts from me. We just want to hear what you think. And hit us
Yeah.
up on the text line, 215-509-5833. That's you can find us there. Or in the Discord, and the Discord was going off. I saw
great
Jonathan Gannon got fired within the first 5 minutes of the game, I think. We've already fired him again. Sirianni got fired during this game in the Discord. So, yeah, we'll be checking you there as well.
Spectacular fashion. Thanks to everybody listening and watching. Thanks to Jordan for hanging out. Jordan, what's up,
Jordan!
buddy? Thank you, man.
And Barney Pearlstein, who gets the host of the show tomorrow, next week.
Congratulations to Miles Sanders for scoring a touchdown in a calendar year. Congratulations.
He did it.
That is Vince Quinn. I'm John Barchard. That is Taylor Cordalis behind the camera. And that is Ford Field, which is where we're going to leave you. Go Birds, everybody. See you later.